Hi, it's Todd Gross. I'm glad you were sent here for the interview and bonus. The interview, of course, me interviewing Josh McDonald, the creator of Keyword Scout and Keyword Scout Lite. Now, Keyword Scout Lite is our current version of the product Keyword Scout. And what we've done is we've combined several of the features and we've brought down the price, but it's only going to be offered for 1 week. Now, at this point, let's go to the interview so you could hear more about the product and why it's so important in the marketplace. It's one of the best keyword tools ever. And then we'll come back and I'll discuss the bonus that you can get, and it's actually quite unique. You'll want to hear about it. I'll see you again in just a couple of minutes after this brief interview with Josh. So I'm here with Josh McDonald, and again, Josh, very young person in terms of getting into software development, getting into internet marketing, but he did it at 17, came up with one of the best keyword tools on the market, known to man, Keyword Scout. How did you do it? What got you into this in the first place? How young were you when you started programming and doing this kind of stuff?
I figured out probably by the age of 13 that I could create AdSense sites, and I figured out how to set up domain names and create a website, add some ads, and rank yourself on Google. Or what I was good at was creating a high click-through rate, and basically I used that skill I had to place and position the perfect ads and create the perfect website theme to generate a high click-through rate. And I used that to make pretty much pre-made AdSense websites, and I started selling those. And I had the whole process automated, except for researching the keywords themselves. I had writers, I had developers, and a number of people working underneath of me, except no one could really research keywords properly. So I basically created the software. Market Samurai was only the real other big keyword tool on the market, and it didn't do everything that I wanted. So I decided to create a tool for myself and my team, but then everybody else ended up liking the idea too, and I ended up selling it to other people.
Well, why do you need the keyword tool in the first place for the stuff that you were doing, or for what anyone would do? Why do they have this need?
Well, when you're searching for a keyword, you're going to probably be looking through 800 or 1,000 keywords, and to check each one manually, it's quite a bit of work. So if you could just plug it into one tool and have it check 1,000 keywords in 2 or 3 minutes, that's going to save you hours and hours.
Well, isn't that something you could do by going to the Google AdSense keyword tool?
The AdWords keyword tool, they only offer the search counts and the cost per click and the ad competition. And that's about a third of what Keyword Scout offers. So we also offer competition analysis, and basically we also take the relation of the cost per click and compare it to the search counts, and basically determine how profitable or how much commercial intent a keyword has.
Okay, so when you say how much commercial intent a keyword has, then you're referring to the ability to make it profitable. The question is then, what kind of things? AdSense, what else would you use the keyword tool for? What other avenues of internet marketing?
Well, businesses can use it. They can use it to find certain keywords that they would like to rank for. Let's say a boat dealer in Miami wanted to sell boats. They could rank for the keyword boats for sale in Miami on Google, and they want to appear first so they can get, the 500 monthly visitors or whatever it is to their website. There's CPA, there is Amazon, there's a number of different ways. ClickBank, there's multiple ways you could generate revenue off of. Okay, so affiliate offers through ClickBank, cost per action, CPA offers, and AdSense and Amazon and local businesses can use it. So a variety of different internet marketing and offline venues can use this keyword tool. Okay, I got that. Now, the difference between this, the Keyword Scout Original, and the new, less expensive Keyword Scout Lite. What's going on with that? Well, Keyword Scout Original version, it was a bit too complex for the market and it was a bit too expensive. It was quite complex, and it was $97 was the discounted price. So I basically combined it all into simple terms so everybody can use it. Anyone who's interested in search engine optimization can use this tool. It's more affordable, and we also added a new feature. It's in relation to social signals. So basically a keyword where the first top 3 websites that are ranking for that keyword have, say that those top 3 websites aren't on Twitter, they aren't on Facebook, and they aren't on Google+. They're not going to have much authority in Google because Google is now checking those websites to see if they're on Twitter, Google+, or Facebook. So basically, we added a new feature that really no other keyword tool has on the market yet, and that's basically the ability to check to see if the top 3 websites are found on any of the top 3 social networks. As we know, it's now a factor in Google's search engine placement.
How does that relate to the keyword is what I'm trying to get at.
Right. So if the websites that aren't appearing for that keyword, if they're not on Twitter and they're not on Facebook and they're not on Google Plus, and you have a website that is on all 3 of those, you'll be able to bump them out easily. So basically, we look for keywords where the top 3 websites aren't on Google Plus, Twitter, or Facebook. And that means you should be able to bump in easily and steal, the number 1 spot.
Okay, so it's a competition analyzer.
Exactly.
Very good. Okay, and finally, Josh, I mean, folks tend to just salivate at the idea of having a keyword tool to begin with. Some of the newer ones, like Longtail Pro that have come out, how does this compare to those? Some of the new ones that were launched this year. I mean, does this stack up? Is this ahead of them? How would you compare?
Well, I still don't think that Longtail Pro caters to the cheaper, under $20 market. And I still feel they have quite a complex tool. So basically, I'm still trying to undercut them at a lower price and offer. We're not removing anything. We're just combining. Take all the features in Longtail Pro, combine it into a single factor, which we call competition score and profit potential. We're combining it, trying to make it more simple, more user friendly, and offer it for a lower, cheaper price. And the social signals feature is not in Longtail Pro or Market Samurai.
Great. And how long, I should know this because I'm offering this with you, but I forgot. How long are we offering this new version of Keyword Scout Lite? Keyword Scout was only available for a couple of weeks. How long is this going to be out at this incredibly reduced price?
I think we're going to offer it for only 7 days.
7 days. Okay. Okay, Josh, we really appreciate your stopping by for this short interview. Obviously, it gives us an idea of what's going on. Timing is perfect. It's been about 1.5 years since the launch of Keyword Scout, and it's been a couple of months since the latest keyword tool has come out on the market. And none of them, as you said, included that look at the social aspect of the keywords and how many sites actually have the social presence, and therefore we're able to judge the competition now. That's a really interesting point. I like the way you put it just moments ago, because that's something that you just can't find in any of these other keyword tools. Thanks again, Josh. Have a good one. We'll see you on the launch. I know you'll be there to answer questions. And thanks again for putting together such a great product.
Thank you for helping me.
You bet.
Okay, we're back. So here's the scoop. You ready? I asked Josh if he would mind kind of spilling the beans on something that he talked about in the interview. You may have heard him say that he got really good at producing high CTR AdSense sites. Well, it turns out it's true. In fact, over 8% on his best site. I asked him if he'd be willing to share that entire 5-page AdSense site with you, the one that's doing so well for him. And he said yes. The only thing I have to caution you about is it's a really ugly site. That's part of the reason I think why it's doing so well. So if you're trying to display a really hot product that you want to look really good, it may not work. But in general, this is going to get you very high click-throughs. Now, all you have to do, of course, is contact the person that sent you here, and he or she will have in their hands this product to give you, and that is, of course, our template. It's an HTML template, not WordPress, but you could base a WordPress site off of this as well, and you just have to put in your pub ID if you're an AdSense publisher, and you'll just have to put in your own content, and boom, you will have a high CTR site already. How about that for a bonus? Make sure you get your receipt to the person that sent you here as well. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed our interview with Josh and, of course, the bonus for Keyword Scout Lite.